Wayne from Wayne's Designs and Photography, and today I'm going to be doing my very first retouch video tutorial. So um, if you haven't yet had a chance to go and look at my page, I would like you to go over to Instagram, search for Wayne's Designs _01, and then if you're on Facebook, just go and check for Wayne's Designs. And this is my page on Facebook, where I will be uploading everything that I do. So if you didn't have a chance yet, go through and go and have a look at what I've been catching up to lately. I am a portrait and lifestyle photographer, and I also do wedding photography. This is my very first retouch video, so without any further ado, let's go in and see what we can do. So I am in Photoshop right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to search for the image that I want to retouch today. So basically today we're going to be doing some skin smoothing. So there's an image that I found here that I would like to retouch. If you don't know how to retouch, this is what we will be doing. So if you have Photoshop and you have a picture that you would like to edit, feel free to follow what I am doing. So if you open up your picture, your raw picture, the first thing that's going to happen is Camera Raw is going to open up for you. So first things first, what I do is I go to my lens corrections, enable profile corrections. As you can see, this was shot with a Sigma Macro 105 f2 lens, and it was shot with a Nikon D16. Remove chromatic aberration, and first thing I do, I go over to my Camera Raw settings. What I usually do, I first click on Auto to see what it is that I'll be working with. If I see it works perfectly fine for me, then I'll just adjust the settings. But seeing that I'm losing a lot of detail in the picture, by doing that, I'm going to be doing my own settings. Okay, so there we go. So first things first, what I do is drop my highlights, not too far, just want to see how it looks. Alright, over there, up my shadows a little bit. Okay, let's see. Over there, just bring back my highlights a little bit more. Okay, whites, check your whites. Whites not too much, I think that's perfectly fine. Just drop your blacks a little bit, because what I'm trying to see is, you see there's a lot of blacks in the image. I'm trying to get that detail back. Because I out my shadows, I'm going to drop my blacks. Vibrance and saturation, I'm going to leave that exactly as is. Let's just look at the temperature over here. Drop the temperature not too much. Over there. And then just put a little bit of magenta back in. Perfect. That's it. Here we go. Sorry about that. We just plug in the Wacom tablet over here. If you don't have a Wacom tablet, I suggest that you get one. So that's it. So first thing I do is go to my actions. See, there's a Wayne Designs action over there. So I'm doing frequency separation, dodge and burn. We're going to be cleaning the eyes a little bit over here. Let me just show you what I'm working on. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a blank layer over there and just make it white. Okay, it's not okay. Okay, so it's black, but what I want to do is I want to make it white. So okay. And that's it. Alright, so this is what I want to be working on. Let me just, okay, I see that it doesn't want to work. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take my brush over here. Just wanna show you what it is that we're going to be working with. Let's take my brush over here, give it a hardness 100%. Just wait, okay. There we go. So basically, what happened there? There we go. So as you can see the picture, we have some smaller spots over here, over there, over there. This area is a little bit too red, so we're gonna be working on that over there. The highlights over here. As you can see, there's a lot of highlights happening over here. So we're gonna try and blend the skin over here, and then over there. So we also have a couple of spots right over there. So basically that is what we are going to be doing today. Okay, there we go. Delete it, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create another layer. Go to my frequency separation. Okay, as you can see, the action is busy playing over there. So this is Gaussian. So the radius that you choose, it depends on the amount of detail that you want to put into the picture. So what I usually do is, what I look for in here, let me just zoom out so you can see what it is that I'm doing. Alright, so as you can see, if I click on it, the detail is in the image. But because I'm going to be doing some frequency separation, I'm choosing a radius of 6.4. For me, that is perfect. If you feel you want to go higher, you can go higher, but let me show you what happens. So the higher you go, the more detail you lose in the picture. So basically you can't see anything, and you don't want that. So the lower you go, you get a little bit more detail in the picture, right? So on 7, but I'm going to choose 6.4, which is usually the default. I stick with that. Okay. Click OK, and then you're gonna have to find your mixer brush. So if you don't have your mixer brush already, what you can do is go to the search bar, and then you type mixer. Mixer brush is going to pop up. Okay, but with me, because I use it so much, I already have my mixer brush right over here. So if you want to copy my settings, those are my settings that I use when doing frequency separation. Okay, and then I use my mixer brush. But what I first want to do is that I want to try and get rid of some of these blemishes. Okay, so delete that. I'm going to work on that layer, zoom on in, get my clone stamp tool, or you can use the healing brush if you want to, but I'm going to be using the clone stamp tool. Okay, using the hardness of that. I just want to see something here. Alright, so there we go. So if you want to make your brush bigger or smaller, you use your brackets. Use your brackets on your piece. Okay, so there we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sample a small area over here, and I want to get rid of it. So what I do, I sample, and then I go there, just do that. Sample the area over there. Sample. So I do not want to do everything with the healing brush tool. I'm going to give some room to work with frequency separation and also dodge and burn. So remember, you don't want to do everything. The less you do, the better. The more you do, you may overdo it, and you do not want to overdo it. So what I'm going to do here, this is kind of going to take a while, so I'm going to speed up this process. And then once the process has been done, then we can follow again using frequency separation, so we can smoothen out the skin. So I don't want to keep you sitting here waiting for too long. So I'm going to speed up this process. All right, we'll be right back. Alright, we are back to where we started. One thing that I forgot to mention when we started off in the beginning is that you always have to see what bit your image is sitting in. So as you can see, this is sitting on 8 bits. The best thing for you to do is to always edit on 16 bits. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change it to 16 bits before I start my frequency separation. And also another thing is when I zoomed in to the image, can you look at the sharpness of this image? So I want you to look at the eye. Can you see I've been working on the eye? So what I do here, I'm just trying to get rid of some of this redness in the eye, because there was quite a lot of redness, if you can have a look at it. The other eye is going to be a bit of an issue because it's blurred out, but what I can do is I can actually play a little bit with it, not too much. This piece of here over here, let's get rid of it. Okay, perfect, we got rid of that here over there. Right, so let me zoom out so you can see what I did. So if you can look at the image, I got rid of some of the blemishes. There it is, before, after, before, after, before, after. Okay, so now that we are done with that, I'm going to duplicate the image again, that layer, and then what I'm going to name this is healing. FR, FS, frequency separation. That was my healing layer. So then I'm going to start my frequency separation action. I already explained the radius to you. Here we go. Choose the lower layer. The reason why we're choosing the lower layer is because we want to keep some of the texture in the skin. If we look at this, the high layer, if I deactivate it, you can see there's a little bit of blur. So that blur comes from the Gaussian blur that we applied. Now if you look, if I deactivate the lower layer, can you see there's a lot of contrast in the image? So in order to keep to keep the texture in the skin, you're going to need Gaussian blur and also the high radius, which is your clarity in the image. So there we go. So I'm going to take my mixer brush tool. My Wacom tablet is plugged in. If you want to copy my settings, you can use the same settings that I'm using over here. And always clear your brush. Always keep your brush clear. If you don't keep your brush clear, and then this is what's going to happen. Let me just show you so you can have an idea of what I am talking about. So look at that. You do not want that to happen. Now, if I do this, that's what's going to happen, and you do not want that to happen to your image. So always clear your brush. One rule about frequency separation: always start with the highlights and then you go into the shadows, the darks. So start with your highlights and then go into the darks. So all you're going to do, you're going to do subtle strokes. Just subtle strokes. I'll show you how it looks now so you can see what I'm doing. Have a look at this. So do you see that? That's what we are doing. Frequency separation. So you do not want to go from your highlights into your darks, because if you do that, you basically, what you're doing is that you're dragging your highlights into your darks, and that's not what you want to do. All right. So stay in the darks, and then stay in the highlights. If you never heard me mentioning it earlier, if you do have a chance, go and look at my page on Facebook. It's Wayne's Designs. And if you would like to add me on Instagram, it is Wayne's Designs _01. Please go ahead and look at the page, like it, and then follow me. There's a lot of content that I'm releasing, not on a weekly basis, but whenever I have a chance to do so. So that is what I do. And also, if you can go onto YouTube, I also have a page there, Wayne's Designs. I do upload videos about photography. Basically, I'm just giving tips on photography. So as you can see, I stay in the darks and then I stay in the lights. All I'm doing is I'm blending the skin. You want to blend the skin, you want to get rid of all the impurities, if that's how they say it, the impurities. So yeah. So far so good. So far we are looking very, very good. Okay, beautiful. So after this, after we're done with the frequency separation, we are going to do our dodge and burn. So what you see here is that I keep increasing and decreasing my brush, trying to get into the smaller areas and also the bigger areas. Because I'm trying to stay in the darks when I'm working on the darks, and in the lights when I'm working in the lights. We're also going to be doing some contouring. Contouring is what the makeup artists use to give definition to the model's face. So that is what we are going to be doing. So in dodge and burn, basically we're just working with what the makeup artist done. So we're just following the makeup artist's work. Alright, so far so good. Just do some here on the lips. Not too much on the lips because we don't want to blur the lips out too much. Good, right? Okay, what I'm going to do here is just try and get rid of some of these darks over here. I think I put a little bit too much in it. Okay, so zoom out, have a look at this. So do you see what we are doing with the face? That's the before and after. Before, after. Let's go to the ends. Do the very same on the ends, not too much. Because the focus is not much on the ends, but on the model's face. So now that we can see, that is what we've done. So I'm going to drop the opacity a little bit because you do not want it to look too fake. Lovely, lovely. Let's say 64. 64 is perfect. Play my dodge action. Play my burn action. So here we are not using your mixer brush. We're just going to use a normal brush. Remove the hardness. Get a softer brush. Your flow, 1%. Just zoom a little bit in. Start off with your highlights. Dodge the highlights, burn the shadows. That's what we are doing. Dodging the highlights and burning the shadows. Basically going to see now. It might look like we're not doing anything, but give it a sec. You will see what it is that we have been working with. Does not look like much now. Okay, let me show you the before and after. So do you see that? And then we go to our burn. So we're just trying to just darken away. The makeup artist was working, just not too much, just a little bit. There. See, we're not doing too much. I'm not trying to do too much to the image because the makeup artist already did a splendid job. I will show you what I like doing when I work with my dodge and burn. So what I do is I take my burn action, I play it again, I go to my flow, I up it by, usually go around 12%. 13% is fine. Then I go to the eyebrows. Darken the eyebrows a little bit, not too much. Just to give a bit of definition to the eyebrows. That is what I like doing. So have a look at that. See, just give a little bit of definition to the eyebrows and just bring that down a little bit. Too much? I think that is perfect. So go to our eyes, play our eyes action, zoom in. Same brush I'm using, I'm gonna leave it at that, at 13%, and then all I do is give some color to the eye. Because she has such beautiful eyes, you're trying to accentuate that. Right? Let's go to the other eye. Also not too much, just a little bit. I could have gotten rid of this piece of hair here, but you won't really see it once I'm done with everything. Okay, zoom out. So now you can see our eyes are a little bit too white. Go to my opacity, bring it down a notch, a little bit more. I think around 40%. Do. Yeah, 40% is perfect. Right. Then what I do, go to my blues. I add a little bit of blues in the shadows. What you can do, you can play this action. Did you look at that? So that's what I did. I added a little bit of blues in it. Or what you can do, you go there, then you're going to go to your color balance, select shadows, add a little bit of cyans in the shadows, bit of cyans in the shadows, and a little bit of blues. So that's what I do. And so basically, the very same one that we were playing with here is what we did here. It's just this here, we can drop the opacity a little bit so you can have a look at this. So can you see? Basically, very much the same thing. Right, now we go there, we go to our color balance, let's go to highlights, shadows first, just add a little bit of cyans, just a little bit of magenta, and then some blues, not too much. We do not want to add too much. Go to highlights, also in your highlights, let's add a little bit of blues in your highlights, a little bit of yellows, and just a tad bit of magenta, not too much. Right, now look at that. So, what I usually do, I go to my curves adjustment, just to accentuate the dodge and burn, bring that up, just not too much, just a little bit. I think the curve works. Lovely. Drop that not too much, just over there. Go to my levels, Alt, drag in some of your highlights, just there we go. Then your dogs out, dogs dark a little bit. Just bring that down a little bit, not too much. You can take it a step further if you want to. So in order for me to take it a step further, if I want to, I go over there, go to my color lookup, and then these are your lots that's going to kick you. So I try and see which lot works beautiful with this image, and if I find one that looks good, I try and play with it. Let's say this one here. So take it, just drop a little bit. There we go. Now, lovely. So I take that. So now, as you can see, all of them work beautifully together. All of them work beautifully together. Just see something. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. give it a little bit of brightness, curves. And that's it. And this is what I do. So I go here and merge all of them together. Once I've merged it, I try and give a little bit of sharpness to the image. I play my sharpness section. So as you can see, there's a little bit too much of sharpness here. So I take it, I just drop it a little bit more, just around, I think around 34%. No, let's drop it 30. Let's go to 30. There we go, 30%. And that is it. So let me show you how the before and after looks like, so you can see what it is that we have been working with the whole time. So that is your before and that is your after. Before, after. So the main aim of frequency separation is that you do not want to do too much. So with frequency separation, we're trying to bring some detail into the skin where we blend the skin together. But we're trying to remove some of the impurities on the skin to have a nice and smooth, clean skin. That's what we do with frequency separation. With dodge and burn, you dodge the highlights and you burn your shadows. With that, you're trying to work, it's contouring. So you're working with what the makeup artist was doing. So in this image, there's not a lot that had to be done when it came to contouring because the makeup artist already did a beautiful job. So with dodge and burn, we just do contouring. And then what I did a little bit of color grading on the image so we can have a beautiful color graded image. So next time, I'm going to be doing a video just on dodge and burn and also one on color grading so you can incorporate all three of them and so you can see how they work. So with this image we incorporated all three at once, but I'm going to be doing 2 other videos, or I'll just do one video about frequency separation alone, one on dodge and burn alone, and then I'll do one on color grading alone. So thank you so much for watching this video. I know it was a bit long, but it's a short tutorial that I'm trying to give you. Frequency separation is a big thing when it comes to modeling, so it can take the whole day. So the video is a bit long, but I'm just glad that you enjoyed it, and see you on the next one. Cheers guys. From Wayne's Designs, I'm over and out.